Hey friends, Shay here. We are at my desk again, and today I am really looking forward to this video. So today we're doing another try 3. For this series, we're doing Heterogenia Linguistico, an introduction to interspecies linguistics by Salt Seno. And this just gives me a lot of like Nicola traveling around the demon's world kind of vibes, but in reverse, where it's a human and a little demon girl, I believe, is kind of the premise. I'm going in a bit blind to this one, but I remember when we got the license that I was super excited. So I have slowly been getting my hands on the series thus far, and I think this is just going to be a lot of things that I love in a slice of lifestyle series. So I'm very much looking forward to this. So as always with these, if you're unfamiliar with this series from me, I will be reading the first 3 volumes in this video. And it's kind of like a longer manga first impressions kind of video. I call them my try 3. I have a whole playlist. I will leave it linked in the corner for you to check out if you have not checked out other versions of this that I've done. It's a series I really enjoy because it helps me keep on track with what I do want to keep collecting and what I'm okay to drop and get rid of and stuff, because my space is limited, but there's always new things coming out, and I always want my collection to reflect my true manga taste. And that's why I'm constantly like rereading things to see if I enjoy them, things like that. But I am excited for this. So I hope you guys will enjoy this journey. So what I always do is I read the first chapter of the first volume, then I come back, give you more of my thoughts on what the series is about in general, and then I continue on and I give you my thoughts at the end of volume 1, at the end of volume 2, and at the end of volume 3 to see, because sometimes a series will start really strong, but then it peters off pretty quickly. So that's why on most manga series, I will give them at least 3 volumes before I decide if I'm going to drop them. There are a few exceptions to that. I have to care at least about one of the characters. So if I read a first volume and I don't care about anybody, and I don't care to know what happens with them, I'll drop the series. So this is a little more detailed than I normally get, I guess, but I just wanted to explain to you guys what was up with that. Anyways, let's get into reading. I will be back after the first chapter, and I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about what this series is about. Okay, so this is even cuter than I thought it was going to be. So in this first chapter, we have this young man. He has this professor that he's been working with, and the professor gets hurt. And so he sends this young man, his name, Hakaba, to the, what's it called specifically? The Netherworld, to do research for the next year. And the first people that he comes into is a pack of werewolves. And there's this little half-human, half-werewolf girl. And that's actually his progeny. It's his daughter, the professor's daughter. And so, like, he's learning the customs. And, of course, they greet each other by, like, grooming each other. And so he does his best. And it shows him with a mouthful of hair because he tried so hard. And all of a sudden, it's time to go to bed for the night, and the little girl greets him, like, with a lick and stuff. And in his head, he's like, I have to draw the line at the professor's daughter. I can't do this. And she's like, why won't you lick me? And so she's going to be his guide through the series, and it's going to be so cute. I'm so excited for this one. It's even cuter than I was expecting it to be, so, like, I'm here for it. It's going to be adorable. And speaking of furry things, my light song is right here demanding attention because that's what he does. But anyways, I'm going to get back to finishing volume 1, and then I will come back and chat with you after the first volume to let you know my thoughts on the first volume. All right, so I just finished volume 1. This continues to be absolutely adorable. And it's very much a slice of life as he goes around the Netherworld with Suzuki in tow, that's her name, and explores this world and the creatures, and there's a common like beast language that he's using to speak to and communicate Like, he speaks with a slime, he speaks with the kraken, he accidentally proposes to a lizard woman. Like, it is so fun and so cute and so quirky. I just adore it. It is so cute. I really like the art style as well, because, like, obviously our main characters have a lot more detail, but some of the beast creatures don't have as much. And it's just really well done. I really like the flow of the story. The flow's nice. We're getting often enough breaks that you can tell the story's going to shift a little bit here and there. So they are shorter chapters. I mean, this first one, and it calls them logs, not chapter. I forget how many there were. There were quite a few, and it almost has like a 4-coma feel to it as well, because it feels like you're kind of not spending more than a couple of pages on a certain subject while he's learning something. And again, this just feels very like informational and cute and slice of life-y. So if you like those kinds of stories, I think you're really going to end up enjoying this one. I am really excited to continue on into volume 2 to see if I feel the same or if it starts to feel super repetitive, because that's kind of been my experience sometimes with stories like these, is they get too repetitive too fast, and so I don't end up enjoying it long term. That's what happened with Delicious in Dungeon for me. I dropped that one after like the 3rd or 4th volume just because it felt like I was reading the same thing over and over. So I'm going to start volume 2 and we'll see if I continue to feel that way. Okay, so I just finished volume 2 and this actually continues to progress. I don't feel like I'm reading the same story constantly, which is exactly what I was hoping for. In this one, we're continuing to add people to our ragtag band group. So we have her and a few other of the wares. And then we have the lizard woman. And then we have this snake person here. And a minotaur is our, like, traveling group right now. And it's amazing. Like, I'm really just adoring this. It is so sweet and so fun and so charming. This is one that I think... kind of like Sorry for My Familiar, it's better if you don't necessarily read them back to back, even though I'm reading them back to back and still enjoying it. But it's one of those where you can just step in and easily know what's going on and enjoy. And I think if you read them back to back, it will start to feel a little repetitive, but I still really enjoy this. It's kind of my jam. So I've not heard a lot of people talking about this one, which is why I was so excited to bring it in for a try 3. And it's amazing so far. Again, I still really love the art and all of the quirkiness. One thing that the series does is, like, in communicating in the beast language, his speak to them is broken and their speak back to him is a bit broken, and because he's not fully understanding what they're saying. And it's amazing. Like, I love it so far. And I'm really excited to read volume 3. And then I'll give you my final thoughts on whether I'm going to continue or if it got too repetitive and I'm dropping it. But I'm leaning towards continuing it at this point. And volume 3 complete. This one takes a more prominent arc, I guess. So this one feels a little bit different than the previous 2. And it felt like a more consistent journey. And we didn't add any more characters to our band and to our party because we were headed towards a specific place. And now we've run into a new creature that... Yes, it still has that charming slice of life feel to it. But again, this is one that I think you want to read one at a time. You don't necessarily want to read them back to back to back. And like I say, like Sorry for My Familiar, or even, my brain doesn't want to come up with it. But there's another series, Natsume's Book of Friends. A lot of people complain that starts to get repetitive after a time. But I think if you do space out when you read volumes, this is a really charming, really cute series that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. I mean, Suzuki is absolutely adorable, and he's just kind of bumbling out there, and it's hilarious and cute. And I smile and I giggle throughout I've done that through all 3 of these volumes. So this is a series that I will continue, but like I was saying before, I do think it's best to, like, split up reading them. I'm giving them each 4 stars for now. Again, solid series, definitely enjoying. I'm going to go at least one more volume before I make a solid decision. Right now, I'm still in for it. But this is what I'm going to take volume by volume, I think. And volume 3 only came out recently, so it'll be a while before I get volume 4. So with that said, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you continue to like this format. If you have other series that you would like me to do this Try 3 series on, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.